Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's time for another Shiv stash, and for anyone who's new to my channel, that's basically just a collective haul of whatever's new to my makeup stash throughout the last while, or basically since my last Shiv stash, which I think was in like December. So this will be a mixture of stuff that I've bought myself and that I've sent, or stuff for my personal use, and then stuff for my professional makeup kit as well, because I am a makeup artist, again, for anyone who's new to my channel. So I'm just going to jump into it. I'll start with I'll start with the non makeup stuff. So I picked these two guys up from Boots the last day, because I went in looking for what's the name of that brand? It's the Hollywood Smile or something like that, the black whitening toothpaste. Oh, it'll come to me again, but anyhow, I can't find it anywhere. So I saw these in there. So these are the Oral-B 3D Luxe White, or White Luxe toothpaste and accelerator. So I have this toothpaste already. I'm actually finishing it up, even though it looks different, the one I have, finishing it up at the moment. So you have the toothpaste, and then you have the accelerator, which I've never heard of before. So basically, the Perfection toothpaste, it is whitening in of itself, and it dissolves stains and all that kind of stuff. And then you brush your teeth with this as normal. Then you use the accelerator straight away afterwards, and this enhances the whitening. So it says intensive whitening and enamel care treatment. Now apparently this isn't like, you couldn't use this by itself just to wash the teeth or to clean the teeth, but it just used with the toothpaste, it works, they work in tandem basically to make the teeth whiter. So I'm really interested to see how that goes. I think they were like $6 something each, but together there was a special offer on, and I got the two for €9. So that's pretty good. So I'm interested to see how they work, because I quite like the one, the actual toothpaste by itself. So yeah, I think this is new packaging. So this is what the toothpaste looks like, and then the accelerator. So dying to see how those work. I'm just mad obsessed with tooth whitening lately, and I might be getting braces again soon, but I'll update you on that if that does happen. Okay, so a couple of hair things. I was at an event, a makeup event there recently. It was the P&G, the Procter & Gamble event here in Ireland. I was going to say Galway, it wasn't, it was up in Dublin, because nothing's ever in Galway. But basically they, Procter & Gamble would be the people over like Head & Shoulders, Olay, Aussie, Max Factor, and loads of other brands like that. So I got this guy when I was at the event. This is the Aussie 3-minute Miracle Moisture Deep Treatment. I have showed this a million times before. I've gone through a million of them before. I've always said it's one of my favourite inexpensive treatments. These just make your hair feel amazing. I don't know what they do in the long run, and I've always said that. I just think that for instant gratification, these are amazing. I just love them because they are cheap, they smell glorious, and they just make your hair feel great, like from the first go, and really, really good. And especially if you have slightly more damaged ends, I think these are brilliant. But as someone who has very, very fine hair, it doesn't weigh it down too much, and yeah, big fan of that. This was also in the goodie bag. Now I personally don't use Head and Shoulders. I've never had flaky hair, but my boyfriend does use this, so we can bring this away on us when he goes on holiday. I'll leave the rest of the things from the goodie bag when I'm talking about the rest of the things. This is another thing I got in Boots recently. It is the Matte and Messy Shine Free Salt Spray for a tussled look. Tussled, yeah, we'll go with tussled. And it has a level 4 hold, so that would be 4 out of 10. So that would be quite a low to medium hold in terms of hair holding. You know what I mean. Anyhow, this is basically salt spray. So what it does is it adds loads of texture to the hair. It gives that kind of beach look, if you know what I mean. And I've mentioned it in that last video which went up on Friday, where I showed all the different hairstyles I've been through since my 20s, since I was like 20 years old, which started off with like dreadlocks going up to the way I am now. And my hair now is the longest it's been in years. And I was saying how I'm just really bored with it. It's just really flat. And something I hadn't mentioned in that video, but I did actually mention on Snapchat in the last week, was I have been having loads of issues because of a pill that I was on, which I'm not on anymore. And one of the side effects, one of the many horrible side effects I got from that pill was my hair has thinned out a lot in the last nearly 6 months. So you might have noticed it if you look back over my videos in the last few months. You'll see that my scalp is just a little bit more noticeable through my hair. I was basically losing clumps of hair, and I know that happens, especially when you have long hair. You can lose a lot of hair and it can feel like you're losing a lot of hair when your hair is longer, but I was losing a lot more, and my drain was just like clumping up. And apparently it's one of the actual common side effects of the pill that I was on, which was Cerazette, I think. So hopefully that'll stop now that I'm off the pill. So what I've done actually myself is, not that you can see it today, but I've actually cut a few layers in, which I know everyone would say never cut your own hair, but I've actually always done it and it's fine. And I cut my fringe part a little bit shorter, but I want to just be able to give a little bit more body and oomph to my hair, and this is a good way of doing it when your hair is down. Without kind of weighing it down too much. So that's why I got that. That was very long-winded. Okay, so we'll move on to any skincare things I have. What do I have skincare wise? Yeah, I think it's just some of the things that, oh yeah, first of all, the Body Shop. So the Body Shop contacted me and asked me if I'd be part of a campaign they're doing, where they want people to try out these drops of youth range and do a 28-day challenge. Now personally, I don't love doing this because I think that's just a sneaky way of brands, and this is nothing directed directly at Body Shop, because loads of other brands do it, where they try and get bloggers to do work for them for free, or promotional stuff for free, because that's what it is. Normally I'd say no to that, or I'd ask for a fee. I'm just being honest here, but I said yes because I mean they're not paying for it, but yes, because I just really wanted to try this out, and I'm going to do the whole 28-day challenge and see how it goes. But this is the Drops of Youth concentrate. So this is like an essence or a serum, and you use this at the same time you would a serum. So you wash your face and then tone, and then you'd go in with this. And then I also got the youth cream. So this is like your moisturizer. And I do like the packaging. So this is the packaging that the concentrate comes in. So again, this is like the essence or the serum, and it is in a dropper. Now it looks like a milky fluid. So like that, and it is a little bit thicker than say my Vichy serum, not very much so, but a little bit. I've heard, who was it? Was this made by Saz, or someone was going on about how this stinks? I don't mind the smell at all. I actually don't really get much of a smell out of it. And you apply 2 or 3 drops to your face. Now I use 3 because I apply it to my face and neck, and I've only done it like for the last 3 nights in a row. Now I think they say you can use it morning and night, but I have my daytime routine and I have my nighttime routine. My daytime routine would be moisturizer with sunblock in it, so that's why I'm not using that throughout the day. So I decided to just leave these for nighttime. And I think nighttime is when your skin does its most kind of most work, so to say. Now your skin is constantly working, so it's not just at nighttime when it works, but during the daytime it has to deal with all the aggressors, whereas at nighttime it doesn't. It just gets to heal itself and to renew itself. So that's why I like to use the most active ingredients at nighttime, and I really like the look of that. I don't know the prices actually. I'll have to look that up, because like I said, it was sent to me and I was sent absolutely zero information along with it. But anyhow, then this is the cream, which smells lovely. Yeah, this smells lovely. Again, no information sent along with it, apart from like the information that's on the actual, oh yeah, sorry, this is the jar for anyone who's interested. I do like the look of the jar. I think people were mentioning before how it looks like something out of an apothecary, like an old style chemist, so I think they're really, really pretty. And these are based on plant stem cells, so that's like the science behind it. The renewal engine of a plant. So I'll talk about more about this when I finish off the 28-day trial. So I'm expecting it to be absolutely amazing, considering they seem to have a good bit of they seem to be confident that, you know, if people do the trial they'll see amazing results. So I expect nothing less than amazing results. Okay, I got this anyhow in the goodie bag at the P&G event, and it is the Olay Total Effects 7-in-1 Featherweight Moisturizer SPF 15. I love the Olay stuff. I've said that before. I think it's really, really good for the price, and Olay is one of the only brands that I know of. There are a few, but it's one of the brands that I know of in pharmacies that contain niacinamide as one of their very, very up high ingredients, which is a really, really powerful ingredient for skin renewal and for anti-aging and stuff like that. It's a very good ingredient to look out for. This Featherweight Moisturizer is lovely. It is very, very light, like super light. It's not, it's even lighter than some of the other moisturizers that I have that I would use on a daily basis, and I love light moisture. Some light moisturizers are so light that they almost feel like nothing on skin, and like they're not really doing much in terms of moisturization, whereas this does feel like it's really hydrating the skin, but it's very, very, very light. And the SPF 15 is more than enough for me for most days when I'm just not really leaving the house or going anywhere, and this leaves a glow to the skin. So it leaves a really beautiful iridescent, kind of lightly iridescent, but a finish nonetheless of iridescence, and it gives, you know, just a lovely radiance to the skin. So I've used the regular one of this, you know, in the kind of shorter pot, and that's, I think, just the regular Total Effects 7-in-1 cream. I think that's an SPF 15 as well. Really, really like that as well, but loving the kind of radiance that this gives. And I might as well finish now with what was in that goodie bag. I also got the Face Finity All Day Flawless Foundation. I already have this, so I'll probably give this one to my sister because it's my colour, and she's my my little sister, she's the same colour as me. So this is a primer, concealer and foundation in one. Has an SPF of 20 in it. Now it's a long time since I spoke about this because it's a long time since I bought it, but I do really like this foundation. The only thing I would say is that sometimes the lighter, say the shade of the Max Factor foundations that match me, it's ever so slightly too pink, which is a shame. I'd love if it was a little bit more on the yellow side, or just more neutral so that you could wear it regardless of what shade you are. I like this though. I really, really do like how it lasts. I like the coverage it gives because it does give good coverage without being too heavy. I liked this enough that I actually went out and bought the primer independently of this, because you can, God knows where it is, but you can get the actual primer. They brought out the primer after this because this was so popular. So really, really lovely foundation to try, and also the Face Finity primer as well is very, very good for anyone who has a combination oily skin. Do like that, and I do like the packaging. Keep forgetting to leave this up here. This is why I'm using the black background, sure, so I can use the zoom without it going crazy when it's trying to refocus on me. Another Max Factor compact thing. Actually, there's a new Max Factor foundation out. I'm surprised we got this in the goodie bag, because there's actually a new foundation out that I was very interested in, but they just gave us that one instead. So I'm interested to see more about the new foundation. Now this has a cover on it, so don't worry, I'm not touching the thing. This is the Face Finity Compact Foundation. It's a Face Finity and Permawear, whatever that means. I think it just means long lasting. SPF 15, this is a powder foundation. So the reason I don't want to touch it, like I said, that's covered, is because it's not my colour. It's too dark for me. Probably like one shade too dark. It's number 2 and I'd be number 1, and especially looking at powders like that, I can tell from a powder like that that's way too dark for me. So I'll give this to my older sister because she is a couple of shades darker than me, and I'll try and get feedback off her then as to how it wears. And I know that my older sister Aoife, she does like these kind of compacts. I wouldn't use compacts quite as much as she would now, but she does like compacts, so I'd say she'll enjoy that. Moving over, what else did we get? Oh yeah, I think that was it for, I'm thinking I might missing stuff from that goodie bag, or forgetting to show you stuff. Anyhow, these were also given to me. Oh no, there's 2 mascaras as well, but these I'm really, really excited about. So these are the new Max Factor Marilyn lipsticks. So these are all kind of, they were all, I suppose, produced with Marilyn Monroe involved. And there's one of these shades that was the actual shade, because Max Factor was a makeup artist for Marilyn Monroe back in the day. Was the actual shade that Marilyn used to wear from Max Factor. So we have 4 shades. We have number 1, which is Ruby Red. This is the actual shade. I'm not swatching them now just because I haven't taken photos yet, and I will do a blog post though. This is the actual shade. How beautiful is that? That Marilyn Monroe herself wore. So I think looking at this, it reminds me of, do I want to say like Russian Red by MAC? Maybe a mixture between Russian Red and MAC Red. Something like that. but how beautiful is that? It's just a really, really intense bright red. I do like how it has that little Max Factor logo at the front. So nice packaging. Do like how they're that lovely red on the outside. So that's the first one. Then we have Marilyn's Sunset Red. So this is more of like an orange based red, but it's not ridiculously orange based. Like, it is somewhat like Lady Danger by MAC, but I'm not sure if it's quite that orange. I'd have to put them side by side, but another beautiful colour. This is the kind of colour my little sister Etna would wear, and it is beautiful, and she has like blonde hair and blue eyes, so love this kind of shade on her. This first one, because it's quite neutral, anyone could wear. Then we have number 3, which is Marilyn Berry. This is the coral shade. This is the kind of shade my mum loves now, and this would suit a lot of Irish skin tones, and this is a great kind of option for anyone who is a bit scared of red but they still love the idea of wearing a red, because coral really is a much easier colour to wear, I think, than a full-on red if you're a little bit scared of it. So really like the idea of that, and I like that they do include those kind of easy to wear shades in a range like this. And then finally we have Cabernet, which is the deep intense red, which I adore. So this is the kind of red that I personally favour, I think, over all of them. I love it with a darker, not darker complexion, but just a darker overall colouring, like with dark hair or with darker skin, or you know, it's just a really lovely deep intense red. So loving the look of that, and like I said, I will be doing a blog post on that probably, yeah, in the next few days, because I want to have it up before Valentine's. And then the last couple of things, I don't know the prices of them by the way, but I'm sure it'll be on the website. Then the last couple of things that I was sent, or that was in the goodie bag, is the 2 of these. Now, I showed a load of the Max Factor mascaras in the last Shiv stash, because they had come just in time to make it into the video, and then these are other ones. So we have the Voluptuous False Lash Effect, and I do like the Max Factor mascaras a lot. I've always been a fan of them. When I was younger, like in my late teens, early 20s, the Masterpiece mascara was my favourite mascara of all time. So this has a really unique looking wand, if it will focus. So can you see how that's kind of how would I put it? It's kind of twisted. See the way it kind of twists around, like there's an unusual pattern to the brush. It's almost like it's twisted, yeah, that's the only way I can put it. And then it has a little ball on the top. So I'm actually really looking forward to trying that out and see how it works. Again, it has the silicone kind of bristles, which I've often said I'm a big fan of. So yeah, so that's that guy, the Voluptuous False Lash Effect. Now this one is one of the newest mascaras. This is the Velvet Volume False Lash Effect. So they're really, really like pushing the False Lash Effect line. Now this looks like the more regular wand that you see from the brand or in this range. Yeah, so you can see that kind of wand there, where it's just the regular. There's nothing fancy or twisty going on here. And yeah, like I've been sent so many of these mascaras recently that I just don't want to try them all, because it's just a waste of mascara. Then you'd have about 20 mascaras open and you never get through them all. So it could be a while before I get to a lot of those mascaras, but I do really like the look and the look of the mascaras. And one thing I do find with the Max Factor mascaras as well is that they're very, very black. So I've always been a big fan of them. Okay, so let's move on to, I want to kind of leave my favourite stuff till the very end. So, oh no, I forgot about this, actually, sitting right in front of me. I love this. I got the Pink Petal, whatever it's called, where is it? So what I'm trying to show you here is it's the Max Factor Cream Puff Blush in Alluring Rose. There you go. So these are like really popular among bloggers. I mean, they have been for a while since they were released. I got the lovely pink, which is number 5, and I've already shown this in a few favourites. Now I haven't done a favourite in a few months because I want to leave them seasonal instead of monthly, but I love this, and I've been going on about how much I love it a lot. And I think it's very similar to the MAC mineralized blushes. Other people have said it's like the Hourglass blushes, I think. So this guy, which I have yet to open, this looks gorgeous. And I know there was a load of Irish bloggers who got these when they first come out, and they loved them. And these are constantly shown in favourite videos in the UK and Ireland. Like, I know sadly that Max Factor makeup isn't available in the US, but if you can at all get your hands on them when you're over here or over this side of the world, try them out, because they are beautiful, beautiful blushes, and I can't say enough good things about them. Okay, I was sent a load of Wet n Wild stuff as part of their Valentine's campaign. Now, I haven't even opened these because, to be honest, I don't think I will open them all, because I have a load of Wet n Wild lipsticks over there, so I'll probably be doubling up on some. I'm pretty sure I have Spotlight Red. I actually know I have Spotlight Red, which is this guy here. This is very like, yeah, again, it's like it's like Russian Red or one of those by MAC. I really do like these lipsticks for the like the quality for the price. This guy looks lovely. It's called Don't Blink Pink. So hopefully you can see through the packaging. It's just a really intense, bright pink, which looks savage. Really, really lovely. Actually, I saw recently in a magazine, or in an online, there was like, it was on mtv.com or something like that, I don't know, something to do with MTV, and they were like listing the new like up and coming terms for 2016. You know, like chill, or I don't even know the terms. I'm just so not with it when it comes to like cool stuff. But anyhow, one of the top terms, like the trendy or cool terms, was savage, as in a good thing or a cool thing. That has been like, that's been in Ireland and Galway forever and ever and ever. And anytime I'd say it, people are like, what are you on about? So apparently that's catching on. I think that's gas. Back to this. This is called Pinkerbell, and it is beautiful. This is kind of like Impassioned, I think. Well, that's what it kind of reminds me of, something like that. Maybe a little bit more pink, just a really, really, really bright pink. Yeah, they're nice. I mean, I think sometimes brands, and I can understand why they do them, but I think brands sometimes overdo it with the whole pink and red thing on the run up to Valentine's. It's like, you know, a little bit cliched. I don't know. I don't really get too inspired by it anymore. I don't think I will be doing a Valentine's look this year, but these nail varnishes, sorry, I keep having to cover my face so that it'll actually focus. These nail varnishes are beautiful. This is Candylicious, and I read a good book, RED, so they look gorgeous, and these are Mega Last nail colours. I have some, actually no, I had, because I got rid of a load of my nail varnishes because of my gels. Actually, people have been asking me recently what nail varnish I keep wearing and blah blah blah. These are gel nails, so I don't know like the colour of the nail varnish. I know it was just a purple like shellac over the gel, and then it's just 3D glitter stuck in on top. And these have been on my nails for nearly 4 weeks. It'll be 4 weeks this Thursday, and today is Monday as I'm filming this, so I obviously don't have very fast growing nails, but that's what these are for anyone who's been wondering. Then I was also sent the Wet n Wild Mega Plump Double Menace Mascara. I already have 2 of these. I've never opened them. Just because mascara's coming out my arse. Like seriously, there's no point in opening it. So I have no idea if it's any good or not, but there you go. I think I have this one anyhow. It says it's new. Maybe I just have similar ones. But then the other 2 things I was sent was this pearlescent pink blusher, and I have this for sure, or else one that looks the exact same, but I'm going to give this to my sister because I know she really likes these kind of blushes, and there's no point in me keeping something that I already have something of. And then this obviously was broken in transit, but this again, I'm just not impressed. Well, not impressed, that's a bit mean because it's just my taste. I'm just not inspired or like drawn to these shades, so again, this is going to go to my sister. So they're just an option, or that's just a selection of the kind of stuff that is available if you are into that palette by Wet n Wild at the moment. And of course Wet n Wild is very, very inexpensive, and it does have quite good quality stuff. Okay, so when I was up in Dublin at that event, I actually went up to get a few things for my kit. So I have a Pro card for MAC, and you can't use that in Galway. You can only use it up in Dublin, in one like place in the whole of Dublin, or in Ireland rather. So I wanted to get a couple of these for my kit, and these are, there's already one in my kit. I got 2 of these. It's the Extended Play Giga Black Lash, yeah, by MAC. And this is one of my favourite mascaras. It's a tubular mascara. And one of the reasons I love it is because of the wand. Look how tiny that is. So it's brilliant for anyone with short lashes, for the bottom lashes, for anyone who has very sensitive eyes, because this is a tubular mascara, which means that it comes off with warm water rather than an oil-based makeup remover, even though it is water resistant. And it's great because you don't have to rub to get it off. You just place a cotton disc with warm water over your eyes, and then it kind of helps to melt it off. Not really melt it off, but it loosens the tubes. Because I'm not explaining this very well. It forms tubes of the formula around the lashes. Those set like actual tubes, like an actual coating. Then to loosen those, to remove it from the lashes, you use warm water. That's me explaining that. So I got two of those for my kit. Then I also got 2 lipsticks in Back to MAC. So I got another Angel, and again, I won't swatch this, but because I have another one open. But this is one of my most used lipsticks for bridal work. It's just a really beautiful light pink. It's a frost finish, but it's not like silly frosty or anything like that. It's just a lovely, lovely lipstick. I'd say that's my 3rd one now that I've gone through, and yeah, in a while, in a year. And then that's from the regular line. And then I got this guy, which is called Midsummer Night. This is from one of the limited edition collections, and I've no idea what the name of the collection is. Focus. It's just a lovely kind of peachy nude. A little bit like a darker peach stock or something like that. But I just really like the look of it, and I wanted something I don't have. Now I would use like this in bridal work. I tend not to use the limited edition things in bridal work because I want to be able to use something that they can actually go out and buy so that they can use it on the day for themselves. And this might, you know, something that's limited edition might not be available to buy. Okay, the other reason I went into Brown Thomas was to purchase my NARS powder, which I adore. Like, whoops, this bit's falling out, and obviously you can see there I'm nearly finished this, so there's very little left. And of course they were out of it after me making the big trek up. So instead I went and I got the Laura Mercier Invisible Pressed Setting Powder. So I know loads of people go on about the matte one, or the, try that again, the loose one, but I just don't like the loose powders for my kit because they are just too messy. So I got this because when I felt it in like store, it was like the only powder that kind of felt as close to the NARS powder as I'd like, and it had much less coverage to it than the other powders they had, which I want. I want something that's almost imperceptible on the skin. It does have a little thing underneath that I won't use, but it's handy just to have that there for anyone who does like to touch up on the go. Actually no, it would be handy for touching up on the go on a night out, but not for like professional work. But I love this because this is what I've on today. It's just so light. It still allows my skin to have a bit of a glow. It's just lovely, absolutely lovely. I love it. It's just very, very, very light. Doesn't leave much coverage on the skin, but it does help to like take down any unnecessary shine and all that. And then I also got this highlighter because I saw Riona Cahill here on YouTube. She was going on about this in her 2015 favourites. And she said this was her all-time favourite highlighter. And when I saw her wearing it and swatching it, I was just like, oh my god, that looks amazing. So this is it. It is, now it's got a confusing name because it's the Matte Radiance Baked Powder, but obviously it's not matte. So you can see that. And this is number 1, highlight number 1. So let's see if you can see there. So there is, this camera just I obviously have to change the settings because it just keeps wanting to focus on my face, but look at that, it's just beautiful, like gorgeous. Oh, it's the most beautiful shade as well because it's the perfect mix of like golden and peach. It's just that beautiful in between, like beige. It's just beige, like it's not too strong of anything else, and it's not bitty. One thing I hate about the MAC Soft and Gentle is that it's really, really bitty. Oh no, we're coming up to half an hour, I really better hurry up. Anyhow, adore this. Both this and that other powder were 36 euros each, I think. So not actually as expensive as say Hourglass and that. So I highly recommend picking this up if you can get your hands on it. So I have been going on and on and on and on about how much I love my number 7 Airbrush Away foundation. It's not a secret, I love it. It's still what I wear every day. Like it's literally what I wear every day, and it's a long time since I just stuck to the one foundation constantly, but I love it so much. So I decided that because it's my favourite foundation, I love how it photographs, I love how it wears, that I wanted to get more of it for my kit. So I picked up 2 shades for my kit. I got Warm Ivory and Beige. So Warm Ivory would be like an NC20, say. Calico was more like, which is my colour, Calico was more like the NC15 or NW13, kind of in between those. Number 7, or sorry, the Warm Ivory is like an NC20, and then I got Beige, which is like, it's neutral, so it wouldn't be like NC or NW, and none of these would be as yellow as NCs or as like pink as NWs. The Beige is more like a 25 or maybe even a 30, but it's neutral rather than like being yellow or pink or whatever. So love those, and I just think they'll be great for anyone with kind of normal to dry skin. And then the last things I want to show you, and they all fell on the ground. I think it was Facebook or maybe just Snapchat. I was going on about these. I got 2 more of the Naked Skin concealers by Urban Decay. So I already had Fair Neutral, which I liked, but it's way too light for me. So I was only able to use it as a highlight. And I love it as a highlight, say for the cheekbones down the centre of my nose. On me personally, this is ever so slightly too dry. And I haven't really heard other people come on about that, but I've often said I've got dry skin under my eyes. My skin is quite thin. I've got very thin there. It has, I'd say I'll be a creepy mess when I'm older, but I have to be very careful about what I use there so that it doesn't look dry and show up my lines. And this I think this a particular, let me look at the box. I think this has powder in it. Yeah, it's got silica as one of the top, like the 5th ingredient, and it has other powders in it. So I try to stay away from concealers for under my eye area that have powders. Like my favourite under eye concealer still to this day is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I just love it, but I love this on other people and anyone who's not as dry as me. So I got the next 2 shades up from the Fair Neutral. I got Light Warm and Light Neutral. So I won't go on about these now because I know this has been a really long video. Light Warm though is like a yellow shade, slightly yellow, so like an NC15, yeah, NC15, maybe NC20. And then the Light Neutral is like an NW20, which would be my most used shade in my kit. So I got those from my professional kit, and those are €22 each. I do have a discount card that was given to me though by the Debenhams PR, because I get it in Debenhams, and I was able to use that, which was brilliant because I got 20% off for that, so that's great for my kit. And I think I had money on my actual Debenhams card as well, so I got another tenner off, so I really didn't have to spend much on it, which was great. But I think I will like to get the rest of those from my kit. Forgot this one thing as well. When I was in getting the Airbrush Away foundation, I also picked up the Airbrush Away Radiance Boosting Primer. Now I've used this in my last couple of makeup tutorials, so have a look at those if you want to see how it applies. But I adore this, or maybe I just spoke about it, I don't know. This gives the most beautiful, no I have, I've spoken about it before. It gives a beautiful iridescence, like a pearlescence, kind of like MAC Strobe Cream, but in a silicone formula. Love it, just love it. I'm obsessed with it, so I want to get all those from my kit as well. So that's it for now. Sorry again, this is another very long-winded video. There you go. I'm just not going to start, I'm just going to roll with them. I'm going to stop apologising for the length of my videos because that's just the way they are. And on my eyes today, because I'm probably going to be asked, I'm wearing a colour from the Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette. This is Warm Notes, which is this gorgeous cranberry colour. That's the main lid colour. And then colours from the Blank Canvas Cosmetics Master Series Palette 1 for like the rest of the eye. And obviously my eyebrows have gone majorly crazy because I'm growing them out, so you can see how much they've grown back. So all I have is a bit of gel, eyebrow gel on them today. Like my left eyebrow is growing in way quicker for some reason than my right eyebrow, but it'll balance out eventually. But yeah, that's less than 2 weeks now of growing back, which is pretty good going. My eyebrows just grow back really quick. But that's why I didn't want to do a makeup tutorial this week, because I want to let them grow in. And I've grown my eyebrows in a million times before, so I actually have a couple of tutorials under my eyebrows playlists, I think, on how to do makeup for when you're growing back your eyebrows. So you can check those out if you're interested. So I'm going to leave it at that. Apologies. No, stop. I have to stop apologising for the length of the video. Anyhow, there you go. I hope you didn't just I hope you enjoyed this, guys. And if you've got any questions for me, leave them below, and I'll just see you all on Friday for my next video. Take care till then, guys. Slán.